Hi guys. So far we saw the two industrial process. One is a cotton textile mill and other one is a fertilizer industry. And right now we will see paper industry in this session. It's very interesting to know how the paper is manufactured, isn't it? Why? Because paper is one of our daily essential what is required for the students as well as for the faculties. So in this session we will see how this paper is being manufactured and what are the different steps in the manufacturing process, as well as we will see what is the wastewater that has been coming out from this paper industry and how far it is going to affect the stream or the sewer when it is get disposed of, as well as we will see what is the treatment we have to give for this paper industrial wastewater. So first we will see about how this manufacture of paper is done. Normally, the manufacture of paper is classified into two general categories. One is your pulp making process and and other one is your paper making process. So this pulp making process is a very important process. Why? Because this is going to produce a major amount of wastewater to that of your as a pollution load from the paper industries. So this pulp making process is further divided into three processes where this pulp can be manufactured. The first one is by using Kraft process or sulfate process. From the name itself you will be able to know if we use a sulfate salt is used in the manufacturing of this, then it is said to be a Kraft process or sulfate process. And second one is your sulfite process, where the chemical what is used for this manufacturing of pulp by using this method is using sulfite. And the third one is your alkali process. So as I already said, this is the main portion of your paper industry which is going to contribute a lot amount of pollution as wastewater. And the second stage of your manufacturing of your paper industry is your final paper making. So let's go one by one. So what is pulp making process? As I already said, pulp can be made by three processes. One is Kraft process, and other one is sulfite, and third one is alkali process. So what is the differences? The chemicals what we use in this process is different. Say for example, if it is a Kraft process or sulfate process, we'll be using either sodium sulfate or sodium hydroxide or sodium sulfide. In case of sulfite process, we'll be using magnesium or calcium bisulfite as well as sulfurous acid. In case of alkali process, we'll be having sodium hydroxide or lime. So out of the three processes, Kraft process is commonly adapted, and the wastewater that is coming out from this Kraft process is highly contributing to that of your pollution load. So this is the manufacturing process of the paper industry. You'll be able to know how this paper is being manufactured. The main raw material for this paper industry is your wood. So once the raw wood is collected in this industry, it will be taken to the chipper house where it will be cut into different pieces, and then it will be subjected to digester where it will be get added with some chemicals, and it will be get softened and it will be get digested, because this wood it has to be get transformed into that of the paper. So this chips it will be sent to the digester along with it of the chemicals. It will be converted into softened product after digestion. Then it will be get taken to the separator where the digested sludge as well as the rest of the liquid will be get separated. So where this liquid what is separated from the separator is said to be black liquor, which is of black in color, and it will be taken to that of the further treatment process. So this black liquor is contributing a high amount of pollution load, and it can be converted into, and it can be get recovered also. Some of the chemicals can be recovered from the black liquor. Then from the separator, what is the sludge or what is the pulp we are getting, it will be taken to that of your washing. So here we have different types of washing. Why? Because normally wood will be brown in color. So that wood has to be turned up into some pure form of white color where we will be getting the paper. So first it will be taken to the counter current washing. So where it will be having water water washing, and the wash water also first it will be taken to, it will also having some black color liquid which will be taken to that of your the treatment process, or it can be separately treated, and then it will be taken once again for water washing. That is 2 stages of water washing will be, then it will be taken to 3 way of bleaching, where it will be converted into white color. That is, bleaching is a process where, as you know, converting the removing all the natural impurities and converting into whiteness. Okay, so that is either it can be done in terms of cloths, or it can be in terms of papers also. So here, what are the types of bleaching we are going to give is, first we are going to give this chlorine bleaching. Second one is by using caustic soda, that is caustic bleaching, and third one is hypochlorite bleaching. So 3 stages of bleaching is done, where all the brown color and natural impurities and other things will be get removed off, and finally the clear water will be the water will be taken for the treatment, and the finished pulp which of removal of color, it will be taken to the pulp chest. So till now what we have seen, that is the process of your pulp making, where the raw wood is converted into pulp, and it will be removed of the color also, so that the final pulp chest will be there. Then further this pulp chest will be taken to the beater, where glue and alum and talc are added, so that it will be get beaten up, and it will be taken to the Zordan machine, where it will be converted into thin sheets, and it will be taken once again to the screen to remove the knots, which will be eventually present because of the wood is there. So it will be taken there, and finally it will be taken to the paper machine, where it will be converted into the paper. And the white water what is coming out of this paper machine is normally devoid of much chemicals and other substances, so it can be reused it up inside this paper machine, and once then it can be taken to that of your chipper houses also for processing of this, or for the cleaning of the chips, raw wood. Then from the paper machine it will be taken to the dryers, and from dryers the paper will be get reeled up in a reeler, and it will be taken as a product. So this is your manufacturing of your paper industry, where you will be having both pulp making as well as paper making process. As I already said, the major amount of wastewater is going to come from the pulp making process, as we could be able to see from this diagram. The wash water that is coming from the separators as well as the washing purposes, all these things are contributing to that of your wastewater. This is the source of wastewater that is coming from this paper industry. And apart from that, the wastewater that is coming from this chlorine bleaching, it is a light color waste, and hypochlorite bleaching, so that also has to be get separated. It's a light color waste, it has to be get removed, and it has to be separately treated. While the caustic bleaching, that caustic extraction waste, it has to be separated, and it has to be properly treated. See, normally in any industry, as we already said, the first segregation of the waste is very important. Once it is segregated, the treatment can be easily given depending upon the characteristics of the wastewater. So out of this waste, the major amount of pollutant is coming from the black liquor, so which will be taken to that of the evaporator, and finally it will be taken to the furnace. Okay, and from the evaporator, what is the wastewater that is coming, it will be taken to that of your digesters. Okay, then from the furnace it will be taken to the smelt will be taken, where it will be converted to green liquor by the addition of lime. So, and after this addition of lime, what happens, the lime mud will be get settled down, and it will be removed as sludge, while the white liquor will be taken up to the digester for processing. So this is how the wastewater is get recycled inside the paper industry. So one, in case of your paper machine, what is a white water that is coming, that will be recycled, and other in case of your black liquor, after this conversion of your black liquor and removal of your all the substances, it will be taken to that of your that white liquor, it will be taken once again, or it will be recycled once again to that of the digester. So this is the manufacturing process and the source of the waste in this paper and pulp industry. So what is the characteristics of typical paper and pulp mill waste? As you know, it is a organic loading, and it's very specifically we could say lignins will be present in this paper and pulp mill waste. Why? Because the wood is in the form of, it has lignin. Now, what is the main drawback of lignin is it will take years together for decomposing. So that is the main drawback if we are using it as a lignin waste. So here what are the parameters, as well as in case of small mill and in case of large mill, what is the typical characteristics are given. So flow per day for small mill is 330 meter cube per ton, and that of your large mill is 222 meter cube per day per ton. But what you could see, able to see, the color is very high, 7800 units. Normally it will be of brown colors since because of the presence of your lignin materials, and pH is in the range of alkaline 8.2 to 8.5. Total solids is also very high, and suspended solids is high here, 3300. And COD as well as BOD is also high. When you see COD, it is 3400 to 5780 milligram per liter. Sorry, this is given a reverse. The first one is your large mill and second one is your small mill. And in case of COD BOD ratio also, we'll be able to get high ratio in terms of large mill. So this are the sources of wastewater, where it comes from, and what are the major pollutants you will be able to see from here. So we'll be having the chemical pulping process. In this we'll be having VOCs, that is volatile organic compounds, as a major pollutant, where it contains of terpenes, alcohols, phenols, methanol, acetone, chloroform, and methyl ethyl ketone, etc. Apart from that, it also consists of reduced sulfur compounds and organochlorine compounds. So in case of bleaching also, we'll be having volatile organic compounds, where it will be in the form of acetone, methylene chloride, chloroform, chloromethane, MEK, trichloroethane, etc. And in case of wastewater treatment plant, what is located inside the industry, will be having VOCs, which also includes all the substances. And the power boiler, what is associated, it will be having sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, different oxides of nitrogen, fly ash, coarse particulates, etc. And evaporator, that also has TRS, volatile organic compounds, and recovery furnace as well as lime kiln also will be having some fine particulates. So what is the effect of this waste on receiving waters or courses or sewers when it is get disposed of? Normally, as we know, lignin materials or lignocellulose materials are present here. So when it is get disposed of into the water, it takes a long time for decomposition. So the decomposition is very slow, and apart from that, it will also clog the intake screens in the downstream side. And suppose if it is sent to that of the sewer cases, there also it will be clogging the trickling filters and other treatment process. Okay, that's why we don't allow this water to that of the sewer, because the large amount of water and the strong nature of this waste, and the presence of sulfates and phenols, that will be inducing toxic effect on flora and fauna of the stream. See, as it is getting slow decomposition, what happens, it will be resulting in the anaerobic anaerobic conditions at the particular place, and it will also consuming a major amount of dissolved oxygen. Thereby it will be resulting, it will be affecting the fish as well as the flora and fauna. That also it can cause and the deposition of this lignocellulosic material at the point of disposal, it makes the stream black in color, as well as it will make the stream unfit for use. And it since it is slowly decomposing, it takes a longer time for to get disposed of and to get decomposed. So which will be resulting in anaerobic condition. So once anaerobic condition is resulted, it will be resulting the oxygen that is will be unavoidable for the aquatic life, and thereby it will be destructing the aquatic life. But this problem does not exist when it is get disposed into the sewer. But normally we don't dispose it into the sewer, because the wastewater that is coming from this industry is large amount, and we'll have the strong nature of the waste is also there. So normally that is not been subjected to that of the sewer course. So what is that is normally in case of your paper industry, the color that is coming from this paper industry is brown color, so we have to remove it, and we have several techniques to remove this color. But one of the effective technique is massive lime treatment, that is the addition of lime for removing the color in this pulp and paper mill. So how this is a flow chart that is showing you how this color is being removed. So the colored waste, first it will be subjected to grit chamber, where it will be removed of all the grits and other things. Then it will be taken to the clarifier, where lime will be added. So it will be converted into green liquor, and where this black liquor along with the after chemical recovery will be added. So then what is the final sludge, it will be taken to the lime kiln, while the sludge, that the other things like after the clarifier, what it is get off, it will be removed to the, it will be added with the scrubbed flue gas, and it will be taken to the further clarifier, where it will be get removed off, and finally the calcium carbonate will be get settled down until will be removed to the lime kiln, while the clarified effluent, that is the colored removed effluent, will be taken to the of your other disposal methods. So this is the treatment of your typical pulp mill. So what is that is, we have two types of waste, as I already said, is one is black liquor, which is highly pollutant, that is in terms of BODs, and other one is the other waste which is coming from the other parts of the industries, including the manufacturing process other than your black liquor. So here it will be taken to the lime treatment, the black liquor will be taken to the lime treatment, then it will be taken to the clarifier and cooling towers, and the beneficial method of treatment here, what is suggested is anaerobic lagoon followed by aerated lagoon, a two-stage aerated lagoon for case of black liquor. So here it will be taken to anaerobic lagoon, then to aerated lagoons. So the other waste, it will be first subjected to grit chambers, then to that of the clarifiers. Then in case of stabilization tank, calcium hypochlorite will be added until we get stabilized, and finally taken to the aerated lagoon and it is get disposed of. So the interesting fact here is, we could be observed from this flow chart, the BOD at the initial stage of your black liquor is 80%, whereas at the end of your aerated lagoons, you will be able to get the BOD reduction up to 87%. That means out of the 80%, BOD, nearly 92% is got reduced in anaerobic lagoon, and what is the remaining that is coming out from this anaerobic lagoon, out of that 87% is got reduced in case of aerated lagoon. So the detention time varies for anaerobic lagoon as well as aerobic lagoon, as we all know, because of the anaerobic conditions, because anaerobic conditions it takes a long time for decomposition, while aeration will make them easier decomposition. So that is the detention time, it varies here from 25 days to 15 days. And similarly, the other waste here, with the help of calcium hypochlorite, the color reduction will be expected to 70%, and BOD reduction is 40 to 50%, while the retention time in stabilization tank is maintained for 4 hours. Then finally it will be taken this two waste, that is the waste that is from the black liquor after processing anaerobic lagoon and aerated lagoon, also it will take to the aerated lagoon, and the other waste that is after stabilization tank will also be further taken to the aerated lagoon. So by the final detention time of 3 days will be given, and after processing, the clean water or the effluent will be get disposed of into the nearby streams or nearby the other disposal methods. And many important thing in any of this industry is the possibility of reuse, recycle as well as recovery. We have seen in the manufacturing process itself what are the possibility of recycling and reusing of wastewater, and this is the other way where we will go for recovery. So here we will be able to recover lignin from the scrap process just by using acetylation with either carbon dioxide or sulfuric acid, and it can be used and this lignin can be used as dispersing agents in various industries. Also it can be used as a raw materials for dimethyl sulfoxide, which is used as a spinning solvent for polyacrylonite fibers. So that is why this lignin can be easily get recovered from this process, and it can be used as dispersing agents as well as raw materials. And apart from that, activated carbon even can be manufactured from lignin. As we know this, how this lignin will be get burnt off, and it will be get activated either by gas activation process or by air activation process, and this activated carbon can be manufactured and can be utilized for various purposes. And in case of white paper, the recovery of fibers can also be done just by sedimentation and by using flotation techniques, along with that of the forced air in the tank. That can also be done, and recovery of lime from lime mud is also possible. So these are the various cases where you will be able to recover useful products from that of your wastewater, so that it will be reduce our treatment cost as well as the disposal and versus disposal problems also. So apart from that, we can go for chemical treatment for color removal. That is, as we already see, we will be using massive lime treatment where 90% of color and 40 to 60% of BOD from the waste can be removed. And even activated carbon can be used for color removal. That will be removing 94% of color, but pH has to be maintained less than 3 when it is subjected to activated carbon, as we know that will be having a packed bed of activated carbon and the wastewater will be passed through this. So the principle behind this removal is your adsorption, where this waste particles or the color materials will be get adhered to that of the activated carbon, and thereby will be getting the clean water. So the other treatment what is specifically given for this pulp and paper mill is your physical treatment. So where it will remove 70 to 80% of suspended solids and 95 to 99% of cyclable solids and 25 to 40% of BOD from the waste. So apart from physical chemical treatment, we can have the biological treatment also. So under that we will be having stabilization pond and aeration lagoon and anaerobic lagoon as well as trickling filter. Apart from that lagooning, we can go for land treatment methods as well as irrigation of the wastewater, because irrigation is this wastewater what is used here, I mean what we are getting from this paper mill, it is very suitable for the production of crops like maize, paddy, jowar, canaf, as well as for wheat, sugarcane, and yield is also found to be identical with that of the conventional irrigation. So it can be effectively used after the particular treatment and color removal is given. You can go for a irrigation way of disposal or land treatment method, or by using lagooning. So as we already said, this lagoons, it can be of a natural one, or it can be man-made one, or that is artificial one, as like stabilization pond. So here will be, in case of stabilization pond, the depth will be 0.9 meter to 1.5 meter and detention time is 12 to 30 days, whereas the BOD removal it could be expecting 85%. And in case of aerated lagoon, BOD removal will be 50 to 95% and detention time is very less compared to that of the stabilization pond, where we will be giving aeration here, and it is 3 to 20 days. So the OLR is your organic loading rate. It is for this organic loading rate of 672 to 1340 kg of BOD per hectare per day, we will be able to get the removal of 50 to 95%. But we cannot go for trickling filter process because it will clog the trickling filter. So these are the various ways where you can go for treating this pulp and paper mill effluent. Thank you guys. In the next session, we will see the other industry.